Evening, everyone. This is Mike from Junkion Crafts and Builds, and this is a very special live because I wanted to thank you guys, the subscribers, the viewers. The channel, in the course of 2 years, has hit a great milestone back here in October, and that was reaching 1,000 subscribers. So I really wanted to take a moment and really say thank you. And by doing that is, talk about toys, talk about the channels, and talk about how YouTube has been influential to me in regards to how I've been working my collection, especially getting back into things with adult collecting. And with that, I want to share some tales and some stories and some experiences with some awesome guests. So everyone, I hope that you're in for a fun time here. We're going to try to do it for a little bit, like an hour, maybe a little bit longer. Who knows? Depends on how the conversations go. But everyone who's on this show tonight has their own flair, their own talent, and a lot of really funny moments throughout YouTube here. We all are collectors. We all love our hobby. We all really participate in this community. And this is a chance for me to say thank you and really share this time with those that, like I said, have been on here throughout my time. So I'm rambling already, but I have my co-host from the Figure Action Podcast and the Figure Reaction Show, Dave, True Star Screamer. He's going to be helping me here get everything organized and keep me straight. So
say his name and he appears.
Dave, thank you, man, for helping me out tonight. I really appreciate it.
God, I had that one, didn't you?
I did forget it. But yeah, man, like this has been a long time coming, and we've talked about things off and on here.
Congrats.
But let's start out with just a little bit of how I got to this point. So, getting back into collecting happened during 2020. We all know what happened that time frame. Like, things were just nuts for all of us. And we had a lot of time on our hands and a lot of money on our hands. So I started watching YouTube, waiting for, work to go forward, and started getting back into the whole idea of collecting. And it all started with Transformers. And there are some individuals that we're going to bring in here off the bat that were definitely strong influences for me to start going down the rabbit hole of collecting Transformers. And some of those individuals I'd like you to bring on here. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce 4 awesome people. Kato from Kato's Collections. And
we just went up 5 viewers, by the way.
We did.
We just increased.
Sweet.
I wasn't ready. Sorry, I wasn't ready.
Oh, no worries, man.
I don't get a cool intro.
Say his name and Tommy up here.
Yeah, I'm back.
And additionally, I like to talk about the man who started Chatterdays and is the preeminent live streamer for transformations, Pig for Life. There he is.
What?
And now we just lost 2 viewers.
This is the most I've ever seen Pake. That makes more sense. 2 weeks I've seen Pake. I know. I'm more on other people's channels now than my own.
Well,
I saw you in person at TFCon and now here.
And the last person that I want to bring on, we know him more by his sultry voice and his chill reviews. But let's bring in our final guest here for the beginning of this, and that's What?
You already introduced me with chill reviews, my sultry voice.
Hello, everyone. T-Man 970.
That voice is the reason I wasn't facing forward in that intro.
But guys, I really wanted to thank you for for coming in here and taking some time and just talking about things. I meant when I said, starting things up during the lockdowns and everything else, and getting back into Transformers, because it was something that I always had a passion for, and they were my preeminent toys when I was younger. And watching you guys go through your videos and reviewing things, it really helped me identify which rabbit holes I wanted to go down. But you guys have been doing this for so long, and like your channels have been evolving and growing. My one question for you guys, at least starting out here, is when you reached 1,000 subscribers, what was that experience like? And I'll start with T. Why don't you help me out here?
Well, when I reached 1,000 subscribers, it was just Tuesday. It was fun. I liked it. I enjoyed it. But that was so long ago. I can't even remember. But it was fun getting to that milestone finally.
Yeah. So I know it's going to be hard to maybe go back because you've had so many videos and you've gone through so many different parts of your collection. But do you remember?
And it's been 10 years. No, so it's been 10 years this year
10
that
years.
I started the channel.
Man. And so me asking you which video was the one that sent you over 1,000 is going to be one of those questions of like,
Oh. Yeah. I know one of my first good viewed videos was like something Combiner Wars, like maybe like the Armada Megatron, the leader class.
Yeah. Very cool. So Henry, I guess I'll move over to you. Do you remember when you hit 1,000 subscribers, man?
Well, it's funny that T said it's been like 10 years for him. We always talk about randomly. We always forget. Like, apparently I started my channel before him, which I think is crazy because I feel like I've always looked up to T more than that. So it's weird. 1,000 subscribers. That's not a milestone I remember either. I mean, I think it's one of those things where like you have that slow YouTube build where you're like, just floating around like a couple subscribers. And then when you finally hit a milestone, I was like, what? Like, it doesn't seem real. And I'm sure you're going through that right now as well. And I guess in the grand scheme of things, 1,000 isn't a lot in the world of YouTube, but it meant so much to me to just know that 1,000 people even care, let alone subscribe. For me, I just remember I've always been super stingy with my subs, so I took big pride in that for sure. I have no idea which video was that put me over the edge, though.
Yeah. Well, I think with the way you guys were talking about things, and I'm going to get Kato and Tabi's response as well. But you both said it's been over 10 years. Things have changed so much with YouTube from that time. I mean, you guys were starting. It's nowhere close to what we're experiencing now. I mean, so I guess going back to that question, you were saying 1,000 subscribers. You're like, man, who knew what was going on? But I would say, I'm assuming back then when you hit 1,000 subscribers, that was, not as, I don't want to say not as easy, because nothing's easy about this. I'll say that now. And I think hopefully you guys would maybe agree with me on that. But was it more of a challenge? Or I wouldn't say more of a challenge. Did it take longer than you expected to reach that? Or was it like, holy crap, I found a rhythm. I found something that allowed me to get to this.
It was inevitable. So, I don't know. It was happening so steadily. Once I started like reviewing like the Combiner Wars stuff, that I seen it coming, but it did take a while. I'm trying to remember. I think it took like a year.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It just seemed I was just patient, but it just after a while it started to be a good build up. So I didn't think it was going to take forever. I just knew it was just going to eventually happen.
Okay. Well, let me get
Not to
some.
sound cocky, whatever. But
Well, let me turn it over to Kato and Inatabi. Guys, same question. Like, you both have had, large growth over the years. Do you remember your 1,000 subscriber time?
Well, for me, it's I was so wildly popular and cool that people were going to show up no matter what. No, I remember like everybody else, just like wait counting down. I checked like TubeBuddy and YouTube Studio and all that stuff religiously, and I paid so much attention to analytics back then, and I was like, I can't wait to get 1,000 subscribers, and really I think because YouTube makes such a big deal out of 1,000 with at the time all the stuff that you were able to do, the community posts and monetization and all this other stuff that you're able to do. But yeah, it's like I remember the first time I got like 5 views, and that amazed me, especially if you go back and watch the video now, because it's horrible. But yeah, 1,000 subscribers was really cool. I couldn't tell you what video it was that took me there, but I remember really being happy about it. And then oddly enough, I think I had more views at 1,000 subscribers than I do at 10,000.
Yeah.
I don't know. You don't know.
I'm
YouTube's
experiencing
weird.
that.
YouTube's weird. But yeah, I'm just glad you got to 1,000 because you've earned it.
Thank you very much. So, Inatabi, I know your voice is a little in and out tonight, but again, thank you for coming on. Real quick, I mean, same question back to you. Do you remember that moment when 1,000 subscribers showed up in your analytics?
Oh yeah, it's easy to remember. I was with Kato at his beach resort when I hit 1,000.
That is true. Yeah, you were.
Yeah, I was hanging out with Kato, so I hit 1,000 on a live stream. So
wow.
I never thought.
Hey, before you get too far into that, can you do me a favor and say it ain't got no gas in it?
It ain't got no gas in it.
There it is.
Excellent.
No, but I got on YouTube in 2006, like in the very beginning, because I was doing videos for like Bethesda for a Star Trek game, and I just kind of got off for years, and then I don't remember where I got on, but I was just messing around with computers and stuff and decided to try it and give it a shot. And it's just really a hobby. I mean, actually, not getting any money from YouTube is impressive to me.
Yeah. And that's kind of where things kind of evolved with me as well, is, going through, things, and again, getting more acquainted to individuals like yourselves through YouTube, and just commenting, watching videos, being that return viewer to watch your stuff. I mean, that's kind of where things continue to evolve, at least for me, especially with the whole idea, like after a while, everyone's opinions are important opinions. I want to say that first and foremost, but sometimes some of the responses was like, well, if you have your own opinion, you don't feel like you're being heard, make your own videos yourself. And that's kind of where I wanted to go with the hobby, and kept continuing on in here. So taking advice from guys like, Hake and T-Man, and watching the evolution of each of your channels kind of helped me develop at least a starting block, a foundation for what happened here. And I kind of remember my first video on October 6th was the fix it for the XTB Springer when you got the replacement shoulders. And I was like, well, if I'm going to try this out, I'm going to see if I can actually do it. And making that first video, that was really an eye opener, honestly. And I don't know how you guys felt when you posted your first video, but for me, it was like, it felt like it was an accomplishment in regards to being part of something bigger, and that's something that I think we really need to, or at least I try to understand, is that when you're putting yourself out there online, just doing what we do, whether it's for the hobby or, just having a voice out here in this world, it definitely is a scary experience, I guess you want to say, or I don't know. It's something different. When you finally see that video up there and you start seeing people watching what's going on, it's surreal a little bit. I don't know, Dave, if you kind of felt that way as well. You're on mute.
Mute.
Listen, as we all know, I'm not even halfway. I'm barely halfway there. So right now, I'm just here, just doing it to do it.
How did you feel when you started out, though?
Definitely, like I say, I mean, I would probably say, at least as far as technique goes, confidence-wise, it's a different game. Even just voice inflection, like how one speaks, how one presents themselves. For me, I mean, I would just be just as comfortable, sitting in my office chair reading a Spider-Man comic or something if I could, as sometimes I am being in front of the camera. But I'd say for me, it's the techniques, learning the video editing and all that. Back when I did my first videos way back when, was on this crappy camera. Now the software is there. Now everyone can, everyone's production's better. You're learning lighting, pacing. So
yeah,
it's a journey. It's a journey.
It is, and each of us, I think, has evolved in our individual journeys here with our channels. And Kato and Unitabi, you guys have really kind of branched out with things. Like I said, I started watching you guys for your Transformers related videos, but you guys have really kind of shifted your collections, and the videos and the quality has shown that. I mean, you guys have really kind of, especially recently, both you guys have kind of embraced kind of the indie toy community. Kato, you are, you have been the forefront for like Kickstarters and independent companies. You brought those creators onto your channel, had great conversations. Did you see or feel like that shift? Was that something that you were concerned about a little bit? Were you wondering that you're like, hey, if I, strictly as a person that was doing Transformers, now I'm doing, I don't know, action figures and everything else. Is that something that you thought was just going to be a natural shift, or was it a learning curve? Because you're not like transforming stuff anymore. You're just you're showing the figure and articulation and such.
Well, if I had it to do over, I'd probably start a whole different channel for indie stuff and keep the like Transformers, G.I. Joe stuff that I did in the beginning on one channel and do a different one from indie. Because you can tell, like, you build up an audience for, I mean, close to 10,000 subscribers based on mostly Transformers and G.I. Joe. Then all of a sudden, you don't really like what G.I. Joe and I don't want to say you don't like. You're not as happy with what's going on with Transformers and G.I. Joe, so you move on to discover something new with the indie stuff, and I've had a lot of fun with that. So you see the algorithm and the folks shift. But outside of all that, I think the coolest thing, forget the 1,000 subscribers, forget the 5 or 10,000 subscribers. The coolest thing out of all of it is, like, within the first week, I'd say within the first few days, I met Sardo Doomspy 82, Larkin's Lair, Inu Tabi, and we got close like right away because we were doing stuff around the same time and became, I mean, we talk every day. Like it's a little weird because every single morning since we started our channels, one of us will wake up first and say, "Morning, fellas," or "Good morning," or whatever. Every morning for years, we've become genuinely good friends. And I've met all you folks, some really cool people. So whether it's 500 subscribers, 1,000 or 10,000 or whatever, the coolest thing about all of it is meeting people that I have something in common with from all sorts. We talk about it all the time, all walks of life, all different political views, whatever. We just get together, talk about toys, hang out, and have fun. That's the coolest thing of all of it. So, but yeah, to answer your question, yes, there was a definite change in YouTube as far as when I switched over to doing more indie toy stuff.
Yeah. And that's a kind of a thing I want to talk to Paik about as well is, shifting things around and trying things that are kind of new or different. It's a process that, it's not something you do by yourself, but you kind of branch out and ask, your viewers and kind of get their thoughts. Now, one thing that I loved that you were doing, Paik, is that you started doing your chatter days. And that's a wonderful series that you're doing. And that's just bringing in people within the community, friends, subscribers, and just talking about a specific topic. And I was fortunate enough, I think, to be on your very first chatter day when we talked about Saturday morning cartoons or just 80s cartoons in general. What made you kind of consider doing that type of format?
Well, I think for me, the shift was before that when I started wanting to do live streams, and we talked about how, the way we consume internet and even produce content for the internet is very different. And I wanted to start doing more live streaming stuff. I actually even thought about, maybe I should just get rid of YouTube and move over to Twitch or something like that. But I realized, after doing it for so many years, I think everyone goes through a bit of kind of a burnout phase where you're like, man, I've been doing this for so long, whether it's like Kato and his shift in his interests, or me, and I just hate editing and the time it takes. But I end up loving live streaming just because I love the interactions like we're having right now, right? With all the chats that you have and the viewers you have right now. I end up really enjoying that. And just as Kato said, making friends. Like, I don't even know how T-Man and Sony and I became friends, to be perfectly honest. I don't know where that started at all. I think it might have been Sony just being like, hey, do you guys want to be on this TF News thing? I don't even remember. But while we're not as, hey, good morning, fellas, every morning, it's more usually like, here's a weird meme or a weird video. I think, again, just that interaction is what I've really enjoyed more, which is why I shifted completely to live streams, no pre-recorded content at all. And then that just organically moved over to doing chatter days, which I really enjoy, even though it's kind of almost going the opposite direction, because chatter days take way more of my time just to prepare content, slides, and especially the Jeopardy stuff. So it's kind of weird, but I think the ultimate thing has been that
I'm traumatized from Jeopardy.
Yeah, you're really bad. Fun fact, two-time loser, the only two-time loser in Jeopardy history. It's quite amazing. But yeah, I think the whole thing is, if you want to sustain, is that you just got to start doing the things you love, whether that's shifting away from GI Joes to other content, or going to live streams, or whatever that is. So if you want to have, if you want to be back here in however many years, Mike, to 10K subscribers, just make sure you're doing what you love. That's why we started it. Let's not forget about that, because I definitely did at some point. It started becoming more of like a job than out of enjoyment. So that would be my only advice to really anyone.
Well, that's very cool. And I think that's a great piece of advice. And that's something I've heard you talk about a lot, is like, if you're going to do this and you're going to do it for a while, do it as long as you love it. It's not a commitment. It should never be a job. And yeah, doing this sometimes it's a lot of work. I mean, I can tell, editing for me sometimes has just been a chore. But once again, it's that hit, it's that dopamine hit. Like when you have the video up and going, then then you start seeing the response, the feedback. You start again interacting with the subscribers, and that kind of is what I like about it here. But right now, I think we're 20 minutes in, and I want to give away something. You guys want to help me out with that? So in the discussion we had here before, again, Kato, you have been kind of like one of the main people that I look to for indie news, and you've had a lot of great people on your channel, like I said. And one of those interviews you had was with the guys from Savage Crucible. I'm not sure if you remember that the entirety of your conversation, but it was like during the Kickstarter, which was hugely successful. Which, of course, we attribute you to helping get them across the bar. You and Inutabi.
They're killer figures, and they
are.
did it all themselves. I was just glad to have them on. I mean, Inutabi knows. I keep trying to con him into buying more and more indie stuff.
Yeah.
Kato tried to get me to buy Animal People.
T-Man hates animal
Kato got
people,
me to buy
so
animal people.
you can hashtag that T-Man is very, very bigoted toward animal people. I don't
I got some
understand
lizard
it.
man.
It's not something that I feel, but I mean that's his thing. I don't even know what to do with it. I don't know.
So what are we giving away, Mike? What are we giving away?
As I move over here to this pile of stuff, I really, again, Savage Crucible was one of those. It was my very first Kickstarter that I backed after watching the interview with Kato. And again, they were hugely successful, and having a chance to talk to Rob and Nikki Nicole here on YouTube at times, and also at some shows, I finally had a chance to meet them. But I want to kind of share that with the subscribers. So here's how we're going to do things for tonight. I'm going to put something. I'm going to show you what I want to give away to a subscriber. We're going to pick a hashtag. I'm going to give the subscribers a couple minutes to put it in the chat, and then we will do the giveaway. Now, here's the thing. This is for subscribers. So please make sure whoever the winners are tonight, reach out to me on my Instagram, Junkion Crafts and Builds. Let me know who you are and what item you've won. I just need to make sure that you are a subscriber, and there are ways on YouTube to show that, because a lot of us kind of keep our subscriptions. You don't need to see who I'm here with, but just show that to me. All of the giveaway items will be sent out by this Saturday. So I will provide you a tracking number through UPS, and we'll go from there. Now, here are the other restrictions. Since I'm not monetized or anything like that, it's the subscriber, please be in the United States. I'm going to have something for international ones here as we go along through the show, but for most of the physical items, please be in the lower 48, and we'll verify that as we go through after the stream and stuff. So what I want to give you guys to give you a little bit of indie love is a Savage Crucible Shadow Slate figure. Now, this was first made available this year at the Maryland Toy Expo here in Timonium, and Rob and those guys were just fantastic at the show. I mean, they were definitely really hospitable. They let me kind of back behind the booth, and they took the time to really just talk to me about the line, what they're looking for, where they want to go. So I want to share a little bit of love. These were very hard. These were super quick to go from their store and stuff. So what I want you guys to do in the chat, if you want to try to have a chance to win this, is put hashtag Savage in the chat, and we're going to go for a few minutes, and then I want to talk about some of the other people that kind of helped me put together this
super
whole
chat
idea
here,
of
man.
celebration.
We got
What's
a
that, Dave?
super chat.
What? Oh my God, my first super chat, guys. Parts Former, thank you so much for the super chat.
Parts Former.
T-Man.
I can't read what it says.
So,
Mike, real quick, I just want to say that is not the hashtag that I chose. I know. We'll leave it at that. No,
I felt a little weird.
Fine. It's fine.
Pulling it out. Don't worry. Phrasing. Don't worry. We will utilize it here, because I think as we continue on here, there's some other guests that I want to bring on that really would
Yeah.
help accentuate that hashtag that you were talking about.
Our other
So,
guests,
a great
that
sound,
we do see,
probably.
those other guests, we do know that they're coming.
Yes. All right. So let me put in.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
All right, so we're just going to start collecting.
We had an
here.
indicator that we can only have a maximum of 10. Someone's trying to enter the studio, so
Okay.
we might need to be rotating some people soon.
Okay. Well, we will definitely do that. I'm sorry, I'm looking off screen here. I'm trying to get all this working. So
We have to play a little missing link soon.
And why is this doing this? I'm getting an error occur. Try refreshing the page.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, someone's trying to get in the studio.
Okay. Well,
Uh-oh. Wait, we got another super chat here, folks.
Ring giveaway. Man, you know it. All right. So let me make sure I got this going here. I'm going to present my screen.
I sent my hashtag in by mail.
Mike, that might be the screen. Okay. I'm not sure. Hopefully, you can get your screen on because you might be the 10th person trying to get in.
Oh, hopefully not. I don't know. All right.
No.
So let's go ahead.
I'll leave and come back.
You want to come back? All right, T. Thanks, man.
Please don't go, girl.
Oh, wait. Before you go, T, don't hit end stream.
Oh, yeah. They put it somewhere else now.
Okay. All right. So we have 11 entries here. All right. So let's see who's going to win this Shadow Slate from Savage Crucible.
I don't get dramatic, unfortunately.
Man, fastest giveaway ever.
Music, so.
Like you announced it 30 seconds later, you're drawn. No, don't give it to him, please.
Okay. T, just close out the window. Just close out the window.
Robert's Infinite
Oh, yeah,
Realm.
that's all right. That's a good winner.
It is.
Right
Man. He has been
good deal.
He's one of those guys that has been really putting together some really entertaining content, throughout the year. He's been really working hard. He does a lot of really interesting takes. I love his characters, with is it AJ and Havoc or Hordak? Excuse me, Hordak. So, all right, Robert, hit me up on Instagram,
Yes,
DM
Robert.
me, so I can get you your Shadow Slate. Okay.
I want my
Very
$2.
cool. Robert is very engaged in most of our chats and content.
I
so
swear between Robert, the Titan. Who else do I see all the time?
No, don't give the Titan anything. No, he's a sleeper agent.
There's some people I just see in every freaking chat. I'm surprised I haven't seen Zanakin here. Zanakin yet.
Zakanin? Well, let me.
That guy's got a set of pipes that puts T-Man to shame. I got to say it. I mean,
yeah. Well, let me talk about another aspect that has kind of helped me put together this whole stream, and that was the idea of having a rotating series of guests in. And I first saw that on a live stream from some guys that were pretty hella dope. So I want to add in here, and I didn't give him any preamble, but I got Ted Darklaw from Hella Dope Toys. Ted, how you doing, man?
What's up? First of all, Michael, congratulations, dude. And the fact that you're celebrating your 1K by bringing on all these people from the community and celebrating with them, I think that says a lot about you. I'm not part of the 1K club, but I'm also not a real YouTuber. So I appreciate the opportunity to come in here and celebrate with you guys tonight. So thank you.
Dude, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it.
They are running an awesome closeout sale, and keep your eyes open for the Hella Dope crates.
Oh, yeah.
And Hella Dope ships hella
go buy
fast.
something. Go
No
buy
kidding.
something.
This is true Starscreamer shilling Ted's shit.
Trust a screamer, baby.
Yes. Well, Ted, thank you very much for like just the kind words on that. And it really, I think it says a lot for you and your co-owner, the Black Knight, He's
Hold on,
we
1
think
second.
about him, huh?
We got a $10 super chat from Blue Serendipity.
Oh my gosh, Blue Serendipity, thank you so much. I have a great story about Sam and Vache that I'll definitely want to talk about later on here in the show. But Ted, like I said, you and your co-owner, the Black Knight, Aaron, who couldn't be on tonight because of family reasons, and my heart goes out to him, and he's always in my thoughts and prayers for that. So please pass that along to him. But you said you weren't a YouTuber, and I can't agree with you on that. You are a YouTuber because you are an entertainer, not just a store, not just an opportunity for us to give you money to give
Like
us
that.
our plastic crack. But when you two hit 500 subscribers and you did a live stream celebration, it was really a cool experience. You really had on a great cast of characters and just fans, people that you feel, provided, I guess, the way I felt was providing you an opportunity to not only talk about, your business and getting things started off, but also just your love of toys. And I want to thank you for that, because that's where I got introduced to Mr. Wonderful and his Kickstarter that we talked about, and also Random, who
Creator of the
created
Hella Dope crates.
Yes, you're exclusive. You're exclusive.
Our exclusive. See, my small ass toy store has an exclusive. Can't get this anywhere else, guys. Ooh wee. Incredible.
Absolutely.
Version 2.0 coming out real soon. Get your weapons crates.
Wait,
Very- That's enough
Mike,
shilling.
What?
I gotta say it. I didn't think I'd see it, but we got a $20 super chat.
Kato, come on, man. Now I'm definitely. I was gonna say that my guess I kind of bought them or paid you guys to come on now, but
Yeah, and, I haven't. We've gotten something from Pake. We got something from T-Man, who we kicked off. Inutabi, man. I'm sorry, man. You haven't sent any cash, so bye. No.
Well, if you don't like it, you can send it back. No, I'm just kidding.
Thank you, Kato. Really, I
Hey,
appreciate
real
that.
quick, before we go off of that, the very first time I met you, Mike, you gave me one of these. Remember that? Seeing that crate reminded me of it.
Oh wow!
Full of weapons. The very first time I met you, I forget which con it was. I don't know if it was Joe Fest or where I saw you first, but you handed one of these off to me, so I still have it. Thank you very much. I use it.
This is bullshit. I haven't gotten shit from Mike.
Speaking of more people,
Well, he actually, when he handed me that, he said, "Don't tell Pate." So I don't know what that was about.
We got another one from the man, the myth. I'm having to pull him up here, man, since he paid for admission.
Okay,
Matt. I mean,
Oh, I gotta pay to get on?
No.
Wow.
Welcome. Oh, I'm sorry.
Is that,
goes
what,
to
is that what kind of
neighborhood.
show you're running here? Junkion?
Hey,
I gotta pay to get on your show.
I paid 15 minutes ago and I waited
I
in the
paid
back
$20.
room. So.
You think that was a choice? He told me that backstage. He said, "You
Well,
want to stay
I'm
on for
sorry.
20
I
minutes?"
had to
It's
put
20
Ryan
bucks.
on. The guy was breaking out the Deadpool action figures, and he went through a graphic novel.
I had a coupon, Kato.
you did. Well, thank you guys very much for everything.
You got on through Groupon?
Yeah.
Yep.
YouTube Groupon.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of two amazing people, Sam and Vache, guys, welcome. Thank you for
Dance into our hearts.
This is really awesome. I really thank you guys so much for this. And this is kind of like what I was saying, Ted, about your stream that night, was just having the opportunity to see people that you like talking to and just sharing the experience here on YouTube. This is something that I really wanted to kind of replicate. So I wanted to thank you for that, for having that stream, and providing me this inspiration.
Well, I will say, as a non-YouTuber who does not have 1,000 subs, I have been blessed to have a lot of the people on this screen on our show, and man, that was worth every little bit of influence that I stole from them. So thank you guys for letting me steal all your watchers and then immediately disappoint you by doing nothing with it. I appreciate that, but it's a great group of people here.
It's fine.
It is. I am truly blessed by having everyone on here, and I really, again, this is to celebrate not only just being able to talk to you guys like this, but also for those that have subscribed to the channel. So we just gave away one item, so I want to give something else, and this one is a little more immediate because you will probably get it right after the stream. And in honor of Hella Dope Toys, I want to give away a gift card to your store for a lucky subscriber here. So let's think of a good hashtag.
Hella dope.
Hashtag hella dope.
Hella
Hashtag
dope.
I wasn't going to be that obvious, but we'll do it.
Saratoga.
Oh, there you go. All right. In the chat, guys, for the next 90 seconds here or so, we're going to put in hashtag Saratoga, Saratoga, right? All right. So put it in the chat, and I already bought the gift card, right, Ted? And
yeah, Aaron should have shipped that to you. It should be in your email. If not, we can always resend it.
I know. I think I did receive it. I think it was for $100.
Was
it's
it
$100 gift card, guys?
Holy crap!
So,
I didn't know that. I didn't know
you didn't
that.
know that?
I didn't know that.
I'm entering the game. I don't even care if I'm a guest.
I don't know, but, oh crap!
Go
We got
for it.
another super chat.
Screw everyone.
What?
I'm selfish and I want to win.
Trust a streamer with a $2 super chat. Thank
Mike's
you.
getting the check this month.
Man. So, all right, we are collecting things in here. We're getting names.
Hey, Vishay and Samantha, I apologize for you having to sit so calmly between my legs down there.
It won't be the last time, probably. And that's okay. That's
Probably
okay.
not the worst place
Amen.
to be.
Yeah, you know.
Here, let me have some more
Matt,
wine.
we
We'll
got
make
someone
it
else trying to
fun.
come in. I might need to rotate you out and rotate you back in.
What's that?
I need to rotate Matt out again. Someone else is trying to get in.
Oh, well, all right. Well, Matt, we're going to get to you, man.
You can kick me. You can kick me.
Okay, never mind. We're losing Peg.
Well, all right. Well, before you go, Henry, thank you so much for taking the time to talk tonight. And I mean it. Like, we haven't had a chance to talk very much this year, but
He's loved every minute of it, I'm sure.
Well, he and I share a little bit of love with our curmudgeon attitudes at times. But
I'm
really,
a ray of sunshine, sir.
Can I say that Pake did a fantastic job at the Toy Dojo booth. I appreciated his effort, although he did not help me out in getting Magic Square swindle. So get out of here.
That wasn't even out yet.
Go away. No, it wasn't even. It wasn't even there.
But before you go, Henry, I do want to talk up your channel. Everyone, if you haven't subscribed to Pig for Life, or if you haven't seen any of his amazing live streams, he is the man for video transformations. How you do it on screen, man, I don't know. Because when I was trying to do my Transformers stuff, I knew it wasn't my bag, because you can do it, in front of the camera and it looks effortless. So I applaud you for that. And I'm assuming we're going to have another stream here soon, because there's something like a Marg coming out.
We're going to have more, but before that, I'm going to have this guy for you guys.
Oh, you.
Oh, is that the
You son of a...
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
a-
that
all
one.
right.
that
Technically, this is the
awesome.
8.6.
I love
Is-
that one.
is-
That
is
one's
this
really
the
good.
talking
saw,
about, Dave?
saw it in person at TFCon. It is awesome.
That's my
Yeah,
favorite
I'm
of all of
enjoying
those
that.
ones.
I was gonna do that today, and I realized I'm already committed today, so I can't do that.
Yeah.
And that was gonna.
I cannot wait for that.
Hey, give
Maybe
us
I'll do
a
a lead-in.
2-second review, yay or nay.
Was that?
Give us a 2-second review, yay or nay.
Subscribe plus like.
It's
Do we have
it's
to pay for
MMC.
yours
It's going to be
too?
a yay. Has MMC ever had a nay? No.
No.
Oh no, they definitely have. No, this one's really cool though. It's really fun. The transformation was pretty interesting to figure out. That's the biggest challenge on all of these. But we also have some groove action, and then
Yeah.
his newest buddy Blade. So they'll be around when I stop being lazy. So.
All right. Well,
Mike, thanks so
Speaking of
much
groove
for
action,
having me.
Quentin just showed up.
I appreciate you even considering me for this. Thanks for being one of the inaugural Chatterday guests. I've super appreciated, and seeing you go from guest to having this many guests on your channel not that long after is amazing. So thanks everyone for having me. Thanks for everyone for supporting Mike. Continue to do so. Otherwise, have a good night all. I'll be in the chat.
Great. Thank you.
Appreciate that,
and
Henry.
So is it just weird?
I bet Chatterday with Pake is fun.
Did
I
Pake
don't know
just
what that's
veer
like.
into the old man? I just remember when you were just a little sprout with only a few subscribers.
All right.
With that,
Well,
I'm out.
thank you again, Henry.
He was young and had like
All right.
a
Let's
quarter of a
let's
whisker
get,
on his chin. Now he's got half a whisker on his chin. Okay, so
all
whoever
right.
was
Well,
trying to get in, we got
let's
space
get
for
this
you now.
giveaway going. Let's get this going here. So let's bring up the screen again for our giveaway. So we have hashtag Saratoga, 17 entries for a $100 gift card to helladopetoys.com.
Wow.
Let's see who our winner is going to be. Sean Stuff.
All right.
Congratulations.
By the way,
Sean.
it's a little. This was a much earlier, but Art G said he definitely had fun for your help on Friday, Mike.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you, Archie was real quick aside. And Sean, again, send me a message on Instagram and send me your email address, and I will forward you the gift card tonight. So you can go onto hellodope.toys and buy a whole bunch of really cool shit. All right. So congratulations. But just to segue with Archie, and again, if you haven't watched his stuff, you're missing out. T-Man, who we had on here before, is well known for his toy hunt videos, but RG has mastered the discount store toy hunts. I mean, he where his area is, where he lives. Wow, you know, he has so many like ollies and everything else that he goes around, and everything we hear about like stuff moving in, whether it's Marvel Legends or any other Hasbro or other companies, not being pointed out anything, but other companies, you know, he finds amazing deals all over the place. So if you haven't gone to Archie's channel and subscribed, you're missing out. Now, quick segue for that is, this past Friday or this past weekend was Legion's Con, and I went up on Friday. We'll ask about that because there's someone else, especially in here on the stream, that is also well known for his loving locks. I'm not going to say who that is.
It's Ted.
But
Go ahead.
it's
Ted. Take the hat off, Ted. Come on.
There you go.
There we go. Look at that.
Oh, look at sexy Ted.
But I went up there on Friday and was just walking around and everything. And I had spoken to Art G before. I'm like, hey, are you going to have your booth up there? And he did. But I saw him walking in, bringing his product into the hotel, and he's like, "Dude, what are you doing?" I'm like, "Nothing right now, just kind of walking around and getting the lay of the land." And he was like, "Hey, if you want to help me and kind of get a sneak peek of everything inside the main hall, just help me set up." So that was a a cool opportunity, not only just to, get a chance to really sit down and talk to Art, who I really met the first time last year at Legion's Con, but it was just a really cool way to kind of get an idea of what was there. And I'll have a whole different discussion maybe on Thursday about Legion's Con. It was just, if you haven't gone, I highly recommend going if you're into anything in regards to the customization world, because that place, it's not just really a toy show per se, it's an art show. It really is. So one of the things that kind of I've evolved with, and that, talking with you guys, was something I mentioned earlier here with Kato, is bringing in people and talking about the toy industry. So something that Dave had been working on in the past was something along those lines of like an interview show. And, going on here, we all know that in the toy community and in YouTube, there's a lot of options people can find. And, sometimes it can be very easy to get discouraged if your views are lower than expected, because you're like, I put together this amazing video, and a couple of days later you see Kato put out one, and it's like, oh, it blew up. I'm like, what am I missing? So what you do instead of getting discouraged is, well, how did he do it? What's his tricks? So the whole idea of like reaching out to people and talking to them was something that, as soon as Dave kind of mentioned it in a chat one day, I was like, well, that'd be kind of cool to do. I've seen other channels do it. I've seen podcasts like 3POA that has provided some amazing interviews throughout the time here. And I was like, well, Dave, how can I, what can I do to help? What can we accomplish? And it kind of helped me break out of my nervousness of things and asking people, to talk to them. And one of the first, I think, figure reaction show that we had together, Dave, was with the Meta Travelers guys, Marco and Jeremy, and their Legendary line.
Also,
again, it was in a
first reaction episode had Kato on it.
That's true. That's right. You had it when you started bringing it back up. It was you, T-Man, and Kato talking about the toy community overall. The good, the not so good, and everything. I think it was about. I think the topic was tribalism.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have that today. I mean, but
Ryan, we don't know anything about tribalism, do we?
So we had a full group of people because after that first stream, which again was another Kickstarter group that we had on, and they were successful as well. I'm going to touch back on that again. We have some alums in here tonight as well, not just Kato, but Ted and Aaron came on. And I definitely remember during that stream, we had another alum kind of crash the party. And lo and behold, it was actually Stan Lee who came back from the dead. And I don't know if I can kind of bring in
Stan Lee here, back from the dead. Hello, everyone. Congratulations, Junkion Crafts and Builds, for all the wonderful content you bring to the YouTube toy community. You're the best, sir.
Dude. So, ladies and gentlemen, Quentin J. Bedwell,
I need that sound
writer, artist extraordinaire, the artist that was, his artwork has been adorned on a toy line as well. And something tells me you're working with another YouTube on something really really special. There we go.
Yes, it's my illustrated biography. I'm really happy that Quentin's been helping me out with it. I paid him to draw me about 10 pounds slimmer though for each one. And no.
There we go. And that's the thing, like this is, we're showing your artwork. In fact, if you give me 1 second, and mind the junk in the back here.
Well, we appreciate everybody who's been joining us.
I just abandoned his own show. This is ridiculous.
I know. I started walking out, but I also want to say that
you're down to
you're,
9,500 9,500 subscribers now after walking away.
But I also want to say that your artwork is now reaching the younger crowd. with
Yes.
your very own coloring book, I might add.
That's my first one too.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Super excited about it. You know, on figures though,
by the way.
I kind of hate it
because there are
because
Junkion onion rings in the last action farce.
yes. Well,
Yes.
I kind of hate it too because my artwork's on the figures because I want to take them out, but I'm trying to keep them pristine so that I can have them to display to show people. But I'm telling you, I keep asking my wife about every 2 weeks. You think I ought to take these out? Maybe I could do what Ryan does and make a scrapbook and just put all the file cards in there. But anyway, I'm trying my best not to take them out of the package, and just buy doubles. It's getting hard.
Yeah. Well, you know, for those that may not have caught that show, I mean, this was our episode with you. That was really one of the first interviews you kind of came onto YouTube and had with us. Is that correct?
Yes. Yep.
And I want to say we pioneered the Quentin J. Bedwell renaissance of being online and becoming even more infamous or famous, whichever one you prefer.
Yeah, I'm usually in the background, and I like to watch. I like to lurk. I like to comment and give super chat, stuff like that.
Yeah.
Of course, I've been real busy lately and catching everything late, but yeah, that was my first big interview. I was like, wow, sure, yeah, I'll come on. And y'all were so organized, holy moly. And even this show that you put together, I mean, it's like this is just a shade away from being scripted. I mean, y'all have got everything lined up the way everything's supposed to go. I mean, it reminds me of my wife. I mean, you guys are so organized. Yeah, I mean, even down to Trust a Creamer with his
it reminds me of your wife.
That was
too.
even planned.
Wait.
Trust.
I mean, True Star Screamer. I'm sorry.
I mean, maybe it's a white shirt. I don't know.
Yeah.
Now, Ryan, I've been cursed, haven't I?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you just gave that amazing compliment to both of us about being organized and trying to have everything. I had to say, like, since doing this, the series of interviews, it's not the being organized. It's just being able to have a really cool conversation with some amazing people. And you made that episode so much fun, and it really kind of carried over into our episode with Ted and Aaron. Well, I mean, you Shanghaied it. I'll say that much. But
speaking of Shanghai,
it was such a good time just laughing around and stuff. And then you kind of gave us a sneak peek of some of the awesome stuff that you were drawing. Sean, I did notice it. I'm kind of going back and forth, but thank you so much for the super chat. You didn't have to do that. I really appreciate it.
You did have to do it.
I'm sorry. I'm not used to this. Like, I know Ryan is the expert at getting these super chats through, and I'm kind of fumbling through. So thank you so much. But you, Quentin, like, ever since that episode, we've kind of talked off and on, and you're just an awesome guy. I have to say that.
Wow, I appreciate that. It means it's working. My snowball and you and everybody else is
phrasing.
Yeah, I need to save this video for my wife because I know she's not watching. Look how great I am. You're wrong. But yeah. Well, I really appreciate the opportunity. I really do, because it was an honor, and it's a super honor to be on your 1,000 subscriber stream tonight. And I appreciate you asking me. And I want to also take the time to thank you and all the people that are in this room and in the chat, and whoever may be watching in the replay, for your service to our country on this Veterans Day. You are the best, and I just really appreciate you, and I just pray that God bless you and your families for the service that you give to this country. Thank you so much for everything you do.
Oh, well, thank you, man. I really appreciate that. It's one of those things, like, it was part of my life that kind of helped, shaped a young person, and, responsibility was kind of thrown in your face. And I can't ever say that I never wanted to do it. I never wanted to change my life from that experience.
It got you off the street, out of the man whoring. I mean, look at this guy now. I mean, if you could see
off
pictures
the pole
before,
and into the dress
That's
blues,
right.
man. I tell you.
Is he
right.
though? Is he off the pole?
I don't know.
Well, he
It
was
depends.
for at least 4 years.
Well, he's definitely still got the body for it. I'd stick $1 in one of those, strings anytime.
So,
There you go.
we've got some. We've got Ryan. We have Ryan from 3POA here as well, which has been a fantastic influence. I know he's influenced me in my approach on things.
Ryan's an influencer.
Oh yeah.
Well, that kind of goes into something I want to get into next, but I need to get something else away right now. We just hit an hour. I don't want to stop yet because we got some really awesome stuff coming up here. So
and we got V Connolly and Blue Serendipity, some awesome people.
I know, and I want to get to these guys too.
Let's let them talk. They're awesome.
But we're gonna do it.
If you need to kick me out of here, do it.
No, I'm not gonna kick you out.
Another person wasn't trying. I guess that last person gave up on trying to come in.
Oh,
What Kato's trying to say, he's got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, go.
No, I've got a bathroom bottle here. We're good.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I've got a
Lemonade from the side of the road.
Well, we know, like, a lot of us in here now are collectors of action figures. We love our little dollies. Not trademark, Chad. It's not trademark. But I want to give some of that love back to some of the subscribers. And I found two things. And I was going to do a choice, but I think I'm just going to do them both at the same time. So earlier this year, Classified Series has been kind of on a roll. They've been really producing some figures and play sets that have some great sculpt work. Weapons, we'll get to that. But one of the things that came out earlier this year that was really hard to get was the Tiger Force Wreckage and Tiger Paw. It was, I don't know why, because I think we can all agree Tiger Force is kind of one of those groups, but I think it was the whole idea of having Wreckage. So we're going to give one away. All right. So for the subscriber, and I think the hashtag, I'm just going to get it real set up here. So let's think of a good one here, guys. We're going to call it hashtag Wreckage.
There we go.
All right. So this is a brand new 137 Wreckage and Tiger Paw. All right. So put in the chat Wreckage. And while we're doing that, one thing that you were talking about, Dave, was just something else that kind of helped transition and enhance my understanding of YouTube and what I wanted to produce for the channel, and that is the community. I mentioned it here off and on. Again, all of us have been introduced thanks to YouTube, whether it is. Whether it was as a viewer, as a subscriber to any number of these wonderful people's channels, memberships and stuff, we've all kind of grown our relationships, whether it's strictly through chats, through Facebook groups for good or ill with that, and one of the groups that I have been blessed to be part of and know the fantastic people in there is the 3POA, which again, as one of the founders of the 3POA, we have Ryan Laserpants on. So,
hi,
welcome.
You're so big.
Oh.
Sudden focus
Look
is
at
sudden.
Look at the size of that tater.
Look at those
What
sexy
do I do
blue
now?
eyes.
Hot potato.
Can you
What do I
can
do
you
now,
te-
guys? I don't.
can you tell
I
us
don't know
a
what to do
joke?
with my hands.
Tell us a joke.
The
So
only jokes I know would get me canceled.
yes,
So,
You're already canceled.
true.
so Ryan, your channel is very unique in regards to like, unlike different than my channel or anything else. You have really taken the idea of a podcast show, a streaming entertainment channel and brand, and you've been super successful. So I guess my question then for you is what prompted you, I guess, to really focus on having live streams and kind of the show that has grown into the 3POA?
Aside from those beautiful blue eyes.
Well, it helps to be really good friends with someone with 40,000 subs at the time. That will help.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just try to. I don't know. You put me on the spot here, Mike.
And a follow-up
This
question:
is awkward for me.
Why do you look so guilty?
What was the question? Can you repeat it from the
All right.
beginning?
Well, let's ask a different question. What got you onto YouTube first?
Rectangular. My buddy Todd asked me if I wanted to do a show with him. I said yes.
What show was that?
Of course I do. Listen. Growing up, I loved talk radio. I loved it. I loved the morning radio host DJ thing. In the '90s. Howard Stern, local guy here to Seattle called T-Man. I love T-Man. I listen to Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew at night.
Oh God, those are my boys. You and mine will get along.
Yeah, I loved all that stuff. So this was kind of doing these YouTube live streams, doing a show about a hobby that I already had was kind of just my way to live as a radio DJ, as a wannabe. But yeah, so that's why.
Well, I would say that obviously you had a good process, because the 3POA, your show and your channel has from when I first started watching till today, it's done nothing but continue to grow, and that is I think a testament not only to your dedication, because I think as we all can understand, this getting an idea of the work to set up things. I mean, coming up with topics, keeping things on track. I mean, we know a lot of times on some of the shows, things can go sideways, conversations go all over, and you have
to roll with it when that happens. You have to. If there's a mistake, you have to make that part of the show and just joke about it, roll with it, keep going.
Yeah.
You can't take yourself too seriously. You have to make fun of yourself. I think that's really important. As soon as you start taking yourself too seriously as a toy collector who's talking about toys on the internet, you've already lost.
Very true.
Yeah.
Very damn. Ryan, just one thing I always have to say, I've always wanted to say, you do such a fantastic job of wrangling those personalities that you work with. I'm not talking your own personal personalities. I'm talking the ones you have on your other screen. So I just have to say, you always do a fantastic job of that. And I always admire when you see things are going off the rails, you pull it back.
Well, thanks.
Yes.
I think that's part of why it works so well, is because me, Bobby, and Tony are so different from each other,
Yeah.
And we kind of play off of that.
Oh, I definitely want to talk about our first chance meeting. But first, let's go ahead and let's get a winner for Wreckage. So we've got 18 people. Let's see who is going to get this G.I. Joe Wreckage and Tiger Paw. Tim Taser.
Congratulations,
man.
Tim Taser.
Now,
Tim
I will
Taser,
say,
you are
Tim,
now the official winner of a Tiger Force wreckage, and that four-wheeler. Hope you
Yes.
enjoy your prize.
Now, Tim, I knew
Rigged.
you were up at
Rigged.
Legions Con this weekend. I just didn't get a chance to meet with you, but you have been you put some really awesome pictures out today of some awesome kit bashes. So, Tim, congratulations. Hit me up on Instagram, send me a message and your address, and you will get this. I'll get this shipped out to you, okay? So now we're gonna close that. But with that, I mean, a lot of the shift that I did with my collection started with starting to pick up GI Joe, because while I was started collecting again and focusing on Transformers, it was starting to get a little tiresome. And I don't mean that in a bad way, but there's only so many Optimus Primes I could pick up. There's only so many versions where like I picked up one brand and then next thing you know, another company is putting the same thing out. And now it's like, well, do you got to have both? Do you pick and choose? Which one's going to be the better one?
What's to have both?
So I started focusing more on action figures because not only did I have a love for Transformers, but G.I. Joe was my jam. I mean, I remember my very first G.I. Joe that I opened up was Clutch and the Vamp. Or not Clutch. Was it? Yeah, Clutch. You know, and that I just remember so many memories of like, you know, going to the sandbox, having all my toys in there, you know, mixing and matching. I can't tell you how many times my G.I. Joes blew up my Millennium Falcon and it crashed into the sands of time or whatever else, whatever crap I'm thinking of. But forward, I'm not going to say how many years right now because the gray already tells me enough. But with G.I. Joe, I was picking up a couple things here and there, but then there was this other brand that was brought up, and it was, I'd never heard of it before. And I was like, well, I want to see what this looks like. So I picked up through the aftermarket my very first Action Force figure, and that was the Series 1 Condor. And that sent me down a different rabbit hole that I wasn't expecting, that, you know, kind of leads me through today. And one of the things that I really, I can say from looking at statistics are some videos that have been really popular that I put together. And a lot of that comes through just loving the toys. And that also led me to going to my very first action figure convention, which was Joe Fest last year. And it was cool because I heard, you know, going through and getting more and more into the lore of Action Force that, you know, Valiverse was going to be down there. And I went down, you know, 9 hours to get to Atlanta. And that first night was, you know, going down and standing in line. And I didn't know anyone. Because, I mean, like, obviously Joe Fest has been around for a while. You've seen people that, you know, known each other for forever and a day, and they're just having their conversations. And I'm looking around like, you know, big eyes, like, man, I don't know what to do. I want to get in and stuff. So, you know, in line, I was turning around, just looking at people, and there were two individuals that had come up shortly afterwards. And, you know, we just, I just looked over and I smiled and I was like, hey, how's it going? You know, I'm like, this is my first time. What am I going to do? And then, you know, Bobby and Tony come walking out, and I'm like, oh my God, it's Morse guys, you know. And, you know, and these two individuals that were behind me were like, yeah, dude. And it was Sam of Vichet, you know. V, you had this big Action Force shirt on, and I was like, man, that's a cool shirt. And then that was when we were getting the mail away for Covert Condor. And, you know, Bobby and Tony are going down and looking in the line. I'm like, holy crap, look at all these people and stuff. And they were tossing condors into the line. And, you know, someone caught one. I don't want to say who, because I was trying to get in front of them. to get it myself. But that was kind of the introduction and kind of the icebreaker for me to meet Bashay and Samantha, aka V Conley and Blue Serendipity. So guys, I'm really happy that you were able to come on tonight, and you've been so patient, and I really appreciate it, guys.
Well, first off, I just want to toast you for not only your service, but for your dedication, your honesty, and being just one of the most kind and thoughtful and generous persons that I've ever met. I mean, we'll talk about our story, but this is cheers to you, my good friend, and the first thousands of a legion of Junkions.
Oh, thank you. So
no hangover on that one, Ryan.
Ryan, we have more of Callahan's if we need to send it to you. So
absolutely.
No.
This one's got
Beautiful.
Madeira.
Ooh.
His liver's bad enough. Can't you see the spots on his face?
Wow.
That's
just
just
hater
that
spots.
really
They don't
strong HD camera that he has. That's just his port.
But it was watching the glee on your face when you had that when you caught that condor. Really was the icebreaker, I think. And we've gone, we went through the line and got into another line, and it was surreal. I knew that there was popularity with Action Force and with Valorverse in general, but I was like expecting, this is Joe Fest. This is all going to be G.I. Joe. We were there for, Larry Hama and Sergeant Slaughter and that, but it took me totally by surprise, that the line for the Action Force booth just continued on and on.
Yeah.
And that entire weekend, I don't think there was ever really a moment where it slowed down. But that weekend was where I had a chance to meet Ryan. And it was really a really cool experience. Tony, I got to shake his hand and thank him for his service. And, I think did I pick up a Desert Rat from there? I can't remember.
You did.
But I know that was, I was just going through and I went through the line. I was picking up stuff and came back around, and I kept running into you guys throughout the weekend, and just like, hey, what'd you get this weekend? What'd you see? And then we all sat in on the panel, and I mean, I distinctly remember a couple woos coming from you, Lachey, as we were watching the product being shown and everything. It was fun, and it's continued on through today. And you guys were saying today about just generosity and just being there for each other. And you guys, let it be known, you two are the coolest, most generous couple that I've ever met. And I want to thank you guys for that.
Thank you so much
for being so thoughtful. You help out your fellow collectors with getting things, just getting information, getting product. I mean, you guys helped me out this year at DFW by picking up a Bone Collector 2.0. It was a blast.
Yeah. I just want to say, for me, that was also my first toy convention. So I was very excited. I knew Ryan and 3PO would be there, but I was excited to see what a convention is. I have various hobbies, and even my work is very interesting. So you go around and you travel different cities and do different events, so you see people. But I like knowing that I can build relationships with people, whether it's dancing, for sports, whatever like that. But being able to hang out and meet people is a lot of fun. And again, you were the first person we interacted with in the line, and I think there was a dad and his son, and they were interested, and you were telling them a little bit about it. And we started talking about how far you traveled, how far we traveled, and just having a good time. And when Bobby tossed me that condor, Samantha asked me, so what are you going to do? I was like, well, I don't know. I was like, I might buy one and just buy one and keep it, or give it to a friend of mine. So there's a kid who was telling his dad he wanted a condor, but his dad didn't understand what it was. And Tony was trying to explain to him, hey.
Yeah, they never heard of the line before.
Yeah, the dad never heard of the line. I was like, well, I already got one. At least I can just let this kid have these points because I had a whole bunch of points, So for me, I know what it's like to be a kid to see something cool and then you can get it. It's like right there. So I paid it forward. And I was like, man, that's a cool thing you did. I was like, I just wanted to share the experience that I was already feeling being in line and being able to meet Sarge and, hanging out with Jerry J and goofing off, hanging out. I get to meet the Captain's Corner. Like just so welcoming and just interacting with people that I've seen online, saw reviews, saw, your YouTube channels about what you thought, impressions of things. So to be around those people, to be around you all was amazing because you're just as fun, just as entertaining in real life. And I would say more because we get to hang out, and kick it and make jokes, but see and have the same experiences as new people seeing, Bobby's products or going around, walking the booth, seeing customs, that's actually, I picked up my first Mystic Legions at Joe Fest as well. I got one of the Elven Awards. I was like, oh, I saw them online, but to see, again, to see stuff you might think about, but you get to see it, that was really, really fun. And so for us to go and do that, it kind of started our collecting together of things. And, fast forward to this past September, and Sam was lucky to have the ability to get a pink Vanguard. So sharing those things, with Drew G and Avi, just it's been a lot of fun, and I'm so grateful to be able to hang out with everybody.
Yeah, and I think that's the biggest thing is like just we've all experienced here on YouTube and everything else that through good or ill, there is everyone around you is just another collector. We all have interests in this hobby. We all love to see our collections grow. We all like to see the next big thing, and that to me always surpasses any of the negativity that can foster across the community. Again, personalities are personalities. Some people, things don't obviously gel as well as what we've had here tonight so far. And if they touch tips, Kato.
I mean, the one nice thing too, Mike, about the community is that you don't just
more people than you realize.
You don't want to just brush off like the negativity, because without the negative part of the community, you wouldn't know that your collecting was wrong, or that the things that you collected and liked were wrong. I mean, I had no idea until I got into the community. Now I know. I've been set straight.
Well, if you don't like what I like, you're wrong. That's just how it is.
Well, that, and if I buy something from an e-retailer and then I send an email, I expect a response within 2 minutes.
I mean, I think 2 minutes is being gracious, but whatever, dude.
That's because we've seen what you can do in under 2 minutes, Matt.
Oh,
all I know is everyone should go to Hecador Toys and buy some stuff.
Absolutely.
Speaking of toys, Mike, what else we got?
Well, I mean, that kind of segues into how I've kind of viewed things. And again, Joe Fest was such a fun time that I wasn't expecting it to be as much fun, because I had gone to TFCon. That was my first real convention as an adult collector, and that was up here in Baltimore, 21. Yeah, in 21. Right after everyone was walking, was able to walk around each other and hate each other in person. But and we had the one chip challenge during that TFCon.
We were just talking about
the infamous.
No,
but it really got me excited to go to additional to more conventions, and that kind of led up.
What about that got you excited? Because seeing someone almost die, or was that the ambulance, the flashing lights? You're like, this is great. We got to do this again.
I was there. I was a helper. I went and grabbed milk.
You saved my ass.
Grabbed the trash can.
Dave grabbed milk too.
And I helped keep his girlfriend at the time sane while she was making sure he wasn't going to swallow his own vomit or whatever.
I didn't listen. Yeah,
Which
you
you
don't
know,
know, it was on
This is-
Patriot Prime.
this
You
is
actually find the
fantastic.
video on Patriot Prime's YouTube channel.
Yeah.
TFCon 2020, I was doing the one chip challenge, and I like to say I wasn't the first to tap out. That was my big thing. But don't
Well, how do
ever
you tap
it.
out? You've already put it in your mouth. How do you say, "Oh, I give up"? It's in there. You have to.
It's whoever drinks the milk or consoles
Okay.
themselves first.
Yeah.
So you have to just deal with it until the last possible.
Yeah.
minute.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Just right. Don't ever do it. First of all, the chip tastes like ass. Plain and simple. There is no taste to it. There is no.
Maybe I
flavor
like
to it.
that.
There is
Mhm.
no. There is
Maybe.
nothing redeemable of having that. It's one of the most vile things I've ever had in my mouth.
Badass. It's the badass, not the good ass.
Well, that, like I said, experiences like that is what makes conventions fun. And leading up to this past weekend with Legions Con, we had a first, and that was as a last minute addition. Thank you, Unboxing Art, which again, that's another gentleman who has a fantastic voice and does some really awesome reviews. I met him a couple times. Sweetest guy in the world, dude. Unboxing, you're the best.
Next T-shirt.
And I missed you.
That's next t-shirt.
We missed you at this year's Legions Con. I got it. That's where I met Unboxing Art and Art G for the first time. Was at Legions Cons last year, but this year it was kind of different for me because now I wasn't another noob going into things. But it was also the last convention of the year for Valaverse. They were a surprise last-minute addition. And I had an opportunity to sit down with not only him, but Ninja. And I wanted to show a snippet of an interview that I'm editing together with Bobby. And that's going to kind of lead into the big giveaway here. So, Dave, can you hit Bobby one? But I want to close out our time together by saying, tomorrow night I'm doing a live stream.
Okay.
My channel, after 2 years, has come to 1,000 subscribers.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And one of the things I'm going to do is I have a Vanguard I'm going to give away to a subscriber.
Whoa.
So I'd like your help a little bit. And we're going to I'm going to show this during the stream. Okay. But I need to let everyone know what they need to type in to enter for when I do the spin.
Okay.
So what's a good hashtag to put in for that?
Hashtag it's time for action.
Okay. So right now in the chat, put in hashtag it's time for action so we can go ahead and get this raffle or this giveaway going, and you have a chance to earn a Vanguard. So that's what we're going to do, guys.
Man himself.
Now, this has been something waiting here for a while, and I have to thank another subscriber, and this is another gentleman who is well known within the community for his generosity, G. Tony.
Aww.
I definitely want to give a wonderful, thankful shout out to you because this really couldn't happen without his assistance. So what we have, ladies and gentlemen, for one lucky winner is I have here
That's
an
not the
unopened-
hashtag Unboxing Art.
Oh yeah, I have an unopened Vanguard, the Desert Tan version. Now, it also comes with the missile pack. So for whoever wins, I'm letting you know I'm going to put this inside your Vanguard because that way I'm not shipping 2 boxes. And in addition, another member of the community, whenever the Vanguard came out, Suka, created an adapter that is a temporary fix for the turret until Bobby provides us with an official copy. So this is not the right color, but I'm going to include some 3D printed adapters that I made into a box. So you can have complete.
I just want to be clear that I entered, and if I win, I am not going to let you re-roll. I'm taking it.
Oh, okay. Well,
that's how it is.
Where's that super chat at, Zenkato?
And then I'm going to sell it on eBay for $600.
Hey,
You are.
and
All right.
I entered too, and if I win, you don't have to ship anything, Mike. I'm just saying.
That's true. That's true. So we're going to let it roll a little bit longer. Again, put in there hashtag it's time for action.
And if Ted wins, he'll be selling on Teledope for $350 because it's the cheapest Vanguard on the market.
I did not enter. I am incredibly blessed, and I want the people out there watching to, get their shot. I am literally buried in Action Force stuff right now, so I don't even have room for any more. So all of you enjoy. I'm rooting for somebody to win, but it is not going to be me.
Well, let me ask you this question real quick, and maybe not to put you on the spot, but are we going to be seeing the in stock for Series 5, or is it already happening?
Yeah, so obviously Bobby was at Legion's Con. He normally likes to ship out his stuff first, and then it goes on to retailers. So we expect, here in the next week or so to one, give him the rest of the bag, and then two, Bobby ships so fast. Like we talk about how fast we ship. I send Bobby money. I have shit here in like 2 days. It's absolutely incredible. So he is amazing at his shipping speed. But yeah, once they reach out to us, we pay the other portion of our bill, and then it arrives. So we're just waiting to hear right now.
Okay. Well, good. So, I mean, if you haven't pre-ordered your Series 5, and again, those that have from Valaverse, you already have your product in hand. This guy is awesome, and I say that this guy, Sidewinder, is the sleeper of the wave so far. Ryan, would you agree or disagree on that?
I would agree.
All right,
Sidewinder's cool.
Sidewinder is awesome. And I'm making sure that everything works, and that's something to really attest with as well, is that there have been some identified items that Bobby is already addressing with Series 5, and that's something definitely that I would say that is one of the benchmarks for Valaverse overall, is the customer service is really on top of things. Again, you might not get your response in like the same day, but you will get a response from customer service if you have questions about your order, when it's going to be shipped, and if there's an issue, they do their best to help out the customer.
Did Bobby slip you a 20 when you had that interview for this?
Say again?
Did Bobby give you a 20 to give you that, to say all that while you were doing that interview?
Free product. 20 product. What a shill.
No. Everything
What a
that
dirty shill you've become now that you've
Oh
reached
my
1,000
God.
subs.
Yeah,
No,
it's
I would say
terrible.
that-
You should be embarrassed for how much
1,000
shilling you're doing right now.
subscribers, and his mustache grows long and curled at the
Junkion
end.
crafts and shills? I don't know.
Oh my God!
Already a commercial. I
wondering
don't
now.
like it. I feel
We
dirty.
need the
I think
meme,
I should
Junkie on
go.
Crafts and Shills. Come on.
Oh!
That was
Well,
a
on
good
that
one,
note,
Shay.
everyone,
That was good, man.
I see a parody to be made.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's not hold everyone hostage anymore. Let's see who is going to win a Vanguard. So we have 20 entries in here. So 1 in 20. Let's see who I'm shipping out to. Again, the winner, you're going to get hold of me via Instagram, direct message me with your name, address. Please be in the United States. Please be able to provide a way to show that you're a subscriber, and I will get this out to you here. I'll have a tracking number for you by the end of the week. All right? So let's do this.
If it's me, I'm gonna bash it on live stream with a hammer.
I'm gonna drop it on the floor.
Oh snap!
Oh, what?
The luckiest son of a gun.
It
on
was
YouTube.
inevitable.
It had to happen. He wins everything. It's gonna happen.
Just
Well,
because
congratulations, man.
Thank you very much. I needed the
I've got a
desert.
gigantic rack of ribs.
Well,
Now
that's very
everybody's
awesome,
a winner.
man. Congratulations.
Couldn't have gone to a luckier son of a.
Yeah.
So yeah,
this happens a lot.
I don't know. There's another video that I have on there, Dave, that I think I want to show. So can you roll that other one? And thank you guys for putting in, and congratulations to the winner. But I'm really generous, so I have two. I'm going to give away another Vanguard.
What?
Yes.
Jeez.
And this is from another subscriber to the channel, G Tony. He's like, okay, I'll give this to you to put out on your channel. Wow. You just got to have a milestone. And no better time than this weekend, having the opportunity to sit down and talk to you one-on-one to give away a second one. So if it's all right, we're going to keep that same hashtag, and we're going to spin again for your second chance to earn a Vanguard.
That's really generous.
That's awesome. That is.
So, again, G Tony has been a super generous person. He and I, we go back ever since getting on here onto YouTube. His generosity is beyond reproach. We exchange figures back and forth. So I can't thank him enough for providing this opportunity for a subscriber to my channel, my tiny little sliver in this YouTube world, an opportunity to have this this amazing product. Honestly, I was saying to Bobby and to Ninja, like 2024 is like the year of vehicles, man. I mean, and it's an awesome thing, but it's a killer thing because right now space is a constant challenge for all of us. We have this. We have for those that had gotten the Ramen Racer from Ramen Toy, the Vamp, the Stinger, the HMS that goes along with the Hiss.
Hey, Mike, people are wondering, do they re-enter, or are you just going to pull the same list again?
I'm just going to pull the same list. So, Inatabi, if you come up again, we are going to re-roll.
But he'll win it again. He'll win it again.
He will. But yeah, this is awesome. I can't thank him enough again. So,
Mike, you said you're going to give away the dragon when it comes out. Man, that's super nice of you. What a guy! Everybody.
Good.
Oh,
Good luck finding a way of
Mythic
putting that dragon into
awesome.
the right place. That's all I can say.
I mean, honestly, did you guys?
If I'll win the Vanguard, I am going to bash it on screen. So that's whatever.
Okay. And just a segue on that dragon, I saw the articulated prototype that Jeremy Gerard was showing. That thing is monstrous, and I don't say that because it's a dragon. I mean that it's freaking big.
Did you say 6 foot beautiful. From fire to tail?
Yes.
That thing is,
and the wingspan. I mean, it's gonna be a big one. So again, more words on that from the Four Horsemen later on. I think beginning of the year. But let's go ahead and get this other Vanguard out. So this is for another tan Vanguard with missile set, and I will provide 3 of the adapters as well. Okay. All right. So again, it's time for action. Oh shit! I had to reset this. I'm sorry. So we're gonna ramble on a little bit longer. So put it back in the chat, guys. Sorry about that. I keep on. I'm not good. So hashtag it's time for action. Throw them in there real quick. I mean, we got 17. All right. See, this is professional. All right, we're gonna keep on rolling with it here, but we're at 90 minutes now, so I think this is going to be the last one, the last giveaway. But then I really want to close out and just kind of talk to you guys about what can I do to improve. I want to take everyone's feedback and experience and put it
more nudity. It's more nudity is the answer.
I think if you give away a vehicle every live stream, every time your show is on, it's every time you want to go. Every time.
Oh, okay. I'll take that advice and I'll put that in my pocket and I'll reach into that at some point here.
All right.
Okay. So for the
people are on their seats, edge of their seats.
All right. Let's draw for the second Vanguard.
I'll get the radio voice ready. And the winner of our second Vanguard giveaway is...
Could not have gone with a better guy. There you go.
Wow. All right. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations.
Oh,
I am available for voiceovers, by the way.
Yeah.
That
So,
is
guys,
two appropriate winners right there.
Oh,
yeah.
thank you, guys.
So I'll add that to the stuff that I'm already going to send back to you guys from
Send me
Lucascon.
a shipping bill.
Ryan,
I'll
this is
pay
what happened. I kept them in the back room the longest, so that's why they won.
That's fine.
So, all right. Well, congratulations, guys. Congratulations to all the winners tonight. So, again, what can I do? Where does Junkion Crafts and Builds go from here? We'll start with Ted, since you're in the center. What do you think?
I am not the guy to ask. Again, I'm the guy still under 1K, man. Yeah, I don't know. You know, you're passionate about what you do. You obviously are trying to improve all the time. And as long as you still have those two things, like, you're just gonna go up. I think that's science. I'm not the smartest guy in the world, but yeah, just keep doing what you're doing, man. You hit 1K in not that long of a time. And that's the hard part. And that's the big hurdle. Now you're monetized. Now nothing else matters, you know? The algorithm's just gonna send you people anyway. So you're good, man. You could just coast from here on out and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
good.
just stay true
yeah.
to you, man. That's it. You're doing great.
Yeah, Ryan.
Oh, I was gonna say, if you're not having fun, neither is the audience. So whatever you do, keep it fun, keep your passion for the hobby, and as often as possible, make fun of street humans.
Oh, noted. Noted. Kato,
You just couldn't go through the whole stream, could you, Ryan? You couldn't.
I
do it.
couldn't. I've been sitting here just.
We were going so well.
Like, how the F am I gonna make a street humans joke in this stream? Oh, my advice is it's all downhill from here. It's
over.
It's over. Just demonetize and delete your account now. It's over. No, just have fun, man. Just meet cool people, or at least people, and have a good time. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Don't answer that. I feel like that's going to be a bad call.
I was going to point to the gentleman in the back, in the red there. Yes, sir.
Speaking of street humans, Matt has a response.
I have two suggestions, and you could go either way. One is you've reached a certain popularity where it's now socially okay to start stealing from other channels. So if you want to start taking selfies on the toilet in a smoking jacket, you could combine the best of several worlds together. And you could even stream from there and do reviews from the bathroom in a smoking jacket. So that's my first suggestion. My second suggestion is you've reached now a certain popularity. Reboot. Just reboot. Just reboot. Just do it. Just reboot. Just go full Marvel Cinematic Universe and just reboot that shit, man. Just start over. Just start over.
Well, that is something I've been considering, because I remember there was a commenter during some videos that I put out that said, you know, for a guy whose channel is called Junkion Crafts and Builds, you don't really craft anything. So I wanted to make that more of a focus for going into next year. So I have all the stuff, you know, that again, watching YouTube in the start, you know, diorama building, painting, all those stuff. I bought all that crap, and I never made time for it. So that's something I really want to focus on in 25 is not just be putting on videos about figures. I still am going to do that because I mean that's how I really enjoy figures and kit bashing, like this beautiful figure here. But I definitely want to focus on the more creative side that I want to improve on, and definitely looking at some of the art that was on display at Legions Con and Joe Fest, and what other really amazing creative people have done. That's really what I want to focus on. So hopefully it's entertaining. I definitely want to continue our weekly show with True Star Screamer, Parts Former, and T-Man 978 on Figure Action every Thursday at 9 p.m. But also continue to expand on the interviewing side of things. It's always more interesting for me to hear from these creative people, these I'll say it again, these artists, in learning how they got to from point A to point B down to point Z. The behind the scenes stuff with our shows with like Meta Travelers and Brutal Realms, and then the Laurel and Hardy set that's coming out from Wondering Planet Toys. I mean, all this really cool stuff that how do these concepts come around? That's the stuff I really want to dig into 25 as well. And I have a really good co-host to help keep that series fresh and moving forward. And nothing says that we can't bring back some alums to the show as well and do something else like this. And it doesn't have to be giving away stuff. It's more just shooting around like this. It's been a really... What's that?
So just go to my giveaway stuff.
Yes, but thank you guys, really. And again, this was to thank the subscribers, and for those that have won stuff tonight, thank you for subscribing first and foremost. You wouldn't have been able to make any. I couldn't have had this opportunity to do it without you guys, and watching things and commenting and just being awesome people. I mean, the feedback that I've gotten from videos, 99.9% of it is just like, dude, that's a great review. Thank you for showing this. It really makes this part of the hobby fun. And then sharing laughs on, in the chats on other shows and streams, and really just having these relationships. That's what I am most thankful for, jumping into this YouTube arena, is the people that I've learned to love and respect. And that's every person that's in this little square right now, everyone that has commented in the chat. Thank you guys. Really,
if you're not down with Junkion, I got 2 words for you.
What's
really?
I don't know what that is.
Thank you.
Really? On that note,
yeah, guys, we're going along here, and I thank you guys for staying on, and everyone in the chat. Thank you so much. I was opening up for questions at the time, but we really just had a good chat here amongst ourselves. So I'm going to get off my soapbox because I got some other stuff I need to start editing. Like I said, I had a chance to sit down with Ninja and Bobby, so I want to get those videos out. I also had a chance to sit down with Mega J Retro. He was at Legions Con, and he had a booth honoring his friend Ryan, who we lost way too soon. And he was an amazing sculptor, and he actually was the person who sculpted the the Flipboard figure for the Mad Hatter.
Amazing artist.
Yeah, so it was a really it was a good conversation I had with him, and I didn't know Ryan at all. I mean, just by happenstance of watching a couple streams, but I felt a little bit of a connection talking to Jay about him, and there's still a GoFundMe for his family, and when I talk about that video, I definitely want to do it for them. It's not for not for me, not for the channel. It's more to just show that this community, it's not just about the toys. It is the people that we are blessed to know, and to quote Ninja, life is short. So let's just have fun with each other. And with that, I want to say thank you again to everyone, and keep watching. So thank you guys again. Ryan, thank you for coming on. Q, I definitely need to get back to you because there's going to be some changes to how the channel logo and banner looks, and I definitely thank you for that. Ted, dude, every Sunday you bring the jokes, you bring the Moss Man. Congratulations on everything that has been going for you and Aaron.
Hell no.
And I hope that PowerCon, I get a chance to shake your hand and go
We
from
just
there,
need
man.
that date, baby. Just give us that date already. We will be there. But thank you.
Yes. Kato, Eames Hobby Man, keep us abreast of everything that's out of the big two in regards to like the toy makers. The work you do with the indie companies, the relationship, with Jason from Spirit Toys, you guys are really pioneering the whole idea of like there's alternate stuff out there, and you bring these people on and help spread the word. So you guys do amazing work every week. So thank you for what you guys do.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Abreast again, and I'll be happy.
And then we'll close out with the guys that I talk to every day and share memes and just downright have fun. And we got the 12 o'clock boys in the background. I don't know where he went. Maybe T fell asleep, but Matt, Dave, you guys have been steadfast in keeping me sane, sometimes sane with your insanity. And every week, we try to get together and talk toys, and we've shifted things around where it's more conversational than reading the news, and that's been a cool thing. So thank you guys for letting me hang out with you guys. So
they only keep me around to make you guys look better.
Well, thanks. I mean, it's hard, But with that, everyone, we're going to close out here. I can't say it again. It seems like a small thing, but as you guys said, getting 1,000 people to just like your stuff, it's very humbling. So now I just got to make it better for you guys. So with that, thank you guys so much. I don't have a closeout, so I'm just going to say good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.